Hello everyone, I'm Trisha, it's me Jenny. It's time for another Not Naked video response to Trisha Hershberger's series Naked Truth, where we talk as candidly and as truthfully as possible about a subject of her choosing, straight out the shower, no makeup, wet hair, first take, one take, etc, etc. Most people choose to do it naked, I choose not to, but either way it's not a sexy time thing, it is being a vulnerable and honest type thing. Although today's video is a sexy type thing because we're talking about friends with benefits. And if I'm entirely honest, I took an extra long shower today because trying to organise my thoughts on this was a bit difficult. For me personally, I think I'm at a point in my life where I don't think I would be comfortable in a friends with benefits relationship. I've never been in that situation personally. I've known some friends who have been. And the thing with the friends with benefits relationship is it's kind of what I might call an ellipsis relationship. It's a friends ... with benefits relationship. It's at least the way that society generally bases normal classic relationships, which, you know, there's no such thing as normal and it's a kind of mute term in its own right, but the way that most relationships are generally considered, you have the platonic relationship and you have the non-platonic relationship, and mixing those ones generally leads to complications, and my experiences through other people who've been through that relationship is it's usually a very temporary relationship, whether it's a temporary relationship in that the friends with benefits happens and then the friendship breaks down, or the friends with benefit happens and the benefits break down, or it's a friends with benefits that turns into a full-blown romantic relationship and blossoms into something different. And all three of those relationships tend to be relatively short run, and there's a lot of risks when it comes to friends with benefits, because if the benefits part doesn't work out, then it's very likely and often happens that the friends bit stops happening, which is always a risk factor with these sort of things. So generally, for me personally, as I said, I'm not really in a point in my life where I feel like I would be able to do friends with benefits, because for me, separating the platonic from the romantic from the I can separate the romantic from the platonic, but when you add the sexual element or the intimate elements of that, those for me fall resoundingly into the romantic aspect. In order for me to have a platonic relationship, I don't think I could be intimate with someone, and in order to have an intimate relationship with someone, I don't think I could also have that friendship-based platonic relationship. I'm just not able to comprehend that, at least on an emotional level. And I do think that the best romantic relationships are based on friendship. I think you really do have to have that baseline of trust and respect that is, you know, the baseline for all friendships. But in order to be platonic when you're not sleeping together and just be intimate and not have that romantic element, I don't think I personally can do that. That being said, I don't think it's necessarily a failure. I think if there are two people who are like-minded, who are both in that frame of mind where they can be platonic during the day, as it were, and during the evening be intimate, and keep those two lines separate and actually communicate and remain in the same frame of mind without one side being more affected than the other, or however many are in that relationship. If two people can deal with that additional kind of polarizing aspects of the relationship and can deal with that and communicate with that, then more power to them, whatever makes them happy. But for me personally, I don't think I'd be able to deal with that, and from my experience from seeing friends go through it, it is usually a very temporary thing, which usually ends with the relationships ending in some form or another, whether or not that's changing into something that then turns into a purely romantic relationship and blooms into, you know, lifelong commitments, or is a temporary relationship in that the people no longer remain friends or sexual partners. That is another factor. But yeah, I think I said something not for me, but I can see how it can happen. I know some people can be happy in that relationship, but generally it's very challenging for most people that I know and have talked to about it. I think if there is a huge amount of kind of, like, if I like someone and I trust someone and they're my friend and there's shared sexual tension. Like, if there is shared genuine chemistry and a genuine affection that you get with friendship and trust that you get with friendship, then for me that's the point when it should turn into a romantic relationship, not the point where it should keep those two opposites separate and move forward with two polarizing aspects of the relationship. I think it should just, you know, become one and move forward as a committed thing, but that's just me. But there we go. I'm very tired, so I honestly don't know if I've said anything even remotely logical this video, but there we go. Thank you for watching. Feel free to comment. I'll see you guys all next week for another Naked Truth, and I did have a question for Trisha, but it's completely gone out of my brain, so hopefully I'll remember it and talk about it next week. Good night. See you next week. Bye.